there's a moment most men don't see coming. It doesn't arrive with fireworks or some loud realization. It shows up quietly, almost boring, like the same bad feeling repeating itself. Until one day you stop reacting to it. You don't feel angry anymore. You don't even feel hurt. You just notice something simple and uncomfortable. Dating keeps breaking down in the exact same way. No matter who she is, different faces, different personalities, same confusion. That's when things begin to change. Not because you learn a trick, not because you became colder, but because you finally stopped dating blind. If any part of you has ever thought, why does this always end up like this? You're already closer than you think. And if you've ever noticed that things got clearer, the moment you stop trying so hard to fix them. Stay with me. Hit like if you've been confused more times than you'll admit. Subscribe if you're tired of advice that sounds good, but doesn't work in real life. And comment finally, if you've ever chased clarity so hard it ran away from you. Yeah, we've all been there. Don't worry, no judgment, just truth. The first thing men eventually understand is this. Most of what you were taught about dating trained you to take everything personally. If she pulls back, you assume you messed up. If she gets distant, you think you didn't say the right thing. If she becomes inconsistent, you tell yourself you need to be more patient, more understanding, more present. Men are conditioned to treat female behavior like a report card on their value. And once that belief is planted, it runs quietly in the background of every interaction. Here's the problem. That mindset keeps you chasing longer than you should. It makes you explain things that don't need explaining. It makes you tolerate behavior you wouldn't accept from anyone else. And worst of all, it keeps you blind to patterns. Because when everything feels personal, you stop looking at repetition. You stop noticing that the same dynamic keeps playing out with different women. You keep hoping this one will be different because you're different this time. There's a point where experience interrupts that belief. You realize you've had the same conversation too many times. You've reassured too much. You've waited too patiently, and suddenly it hits you. That dating didn't feel hard because you were doing something wrong. It felt hard because you were interpreting everything emotionally. Instead of structurally, you were asking what she meant. Instead of watching what consistently happened, once a man sees that confusion loses its power. He stops trying to decode moods and starts observing behavior. He stops chasing explanations and starts trusting patterns. And that's the first real shift. Not becoming cold, not becoming distant, just becoming aware. That awareness alone is enough to change how dating feels. Because once you stop taking everything personally, you finally see clearly, and clarity, even when it's uncomfortable, is better than endless hope. The second thing men understand comes right after that first shift. And it's usually uncomfortable. It's the realization that words don't carry the weight. You thought they did. Most men believe if they explain themselves clearly enough, things will smooth out if they communicate calmly. Show patience and prove good intent. Attraction will stabilize. That belief feels logical. It feels mature and in normal life. It works, but dating doesn't run on logic the way men expect it to. What women respond to isn't what you say, but how you show up emotionally, not your promises, but what you tolerate. Not your intentions, but the position you hold. This is where many men get stuck, because they confuse emotional effort with emotional strength. They think being available at all time,